July 28th, 2025. It is 2:34 Eastern Standard Time. And this is War Notes. Indeed, I welcome you all and I thank you all for being here. All righty. So let's go ahead and get into it. Straight through the script. Indeed. Because it's a straight through one. It's all about global news today. So the world is at war, indeed. The global firestorm, they don't want you focused on, right? Indeed. Got my hands full, you all. I'm doing multiple things all at one time. Hope you all can hear me still. I'll just wait a little bit because I know folks are still coming in. I got my phone all over the place. So folks, listening, our radio folks, indeed. Again, good afternoon to everybody. And depending on your fuel ration, Wi-Fi outages, this is your wartime truth telegram coming to you live, raw and unfiltered from the front lines here of my home, of my bunker in my home with my co-host baby Victor way in the background somewhere playing. Okay. Oh man, so much going on, you all, right? However, we're going to try to go ahead and get into it right now. You are listening to War Notes, the station where we don't sugarcoat hands and we don't waste your time. Now, before we unpack the chaos wrapped in a flaming newspaper, I need you to do me a favor. And this one right here doesn't cost a dime, right? Hit that subscribe button like it's your last can of beans. And while you are at it, give this video a like so it can reach folks who actually prefer radio over rainbow color TikTok rants. And I'm sorry for my lame jokes. Maybe you all think it's funny, maybe you don't. However, we're going to dive into it just as is. Across the globe, the map is looking less like geography and more like a dartboard after a bad night at the pub, ladies and gentlemen. Military buildups, alliances cracking, and troops deploying in patterns that would make a chessboard sweat. Let's go ahead and walk over to Europe. NATO troops are stretched thin with American British forces now officially stationed across Poland, Romania, and the Baltic states responding to Russia's continued advancement beyond Ukraine. Yes, beyond. That's not a drill. Rumors of Russian tactical nukes being, quote, moved for positioning, end quote, are floating heavier than Uncle Joe's holiday fruitcake. Meanwhile, German military just announced emergency defense funding not seen since the Cold War. And folks, Germany doesn't panic unless there's a reason. We're going to go ahead and walk over to the Middle East. Israel and Iran are at a boiling point. Proxy wars are active in Syria and Lebanon. Drone strikes are now an hourly affair, not a weekly one. The USS carrier stationed off the Mediterranean, and Turkey is playing both sides like a poker game at a family reunion. Hola, Jose Antonio Betun. Welcome to the program, indeed. But yeah, Turkey is playing both sides like a poker game. Indeed, messy and bound to end in yelling. Oil shipments are deliberately slowed. Gas prices. Hold on to your checkbooks, man. Go over to Africa real quick. Let's walk. Matter of fact, let's jog over to Africa. Chinese military presence is growing in parts of Central and Eastern Africa, while Western forces are reactivating old Cold War outposts. This isn't about aid, it's about position. Rare minerals and who gets to build what after the dust settles. As we run away from Africa and run over to Asia Pacific, China continues to surround Taiwan, flexing hard with daily incursions. Hi, Biggie Cheesers. Welcome to the program. The U.S., Japan, and Australia have all pledged mutual responses if conflict breaks out, which, by the way, might already be happening under radar silence. The Philippines just scrambled jets for the third time this week due to, quote, unidentified incursions, end quote. Yeah, right, unidentified. Let's go ahead and walk, or matter of fact, let's go ahead and dance over to Latin America. Brazil, Venezuela, and Cuba are all seeing rising tensions over who's backing who. Russia's been cozying up south of the border, and U.S. military advisors have quietly landed in key nations. Translation: It's already underway. So what's going on here at the domestic front here in the USA? National Guard presence is increasing in Texas, California, and the East Coast ports. Food shortage is already visible in rural areas. Gas rationing trials, yes, indeed, quietly being tested in 2 states. And if you've noticed more military aircraft overhead lately, you're not paranoid, you're observant. Recruitment is up. Draft talks are being floated. Nothing's official, but nothing's off the table. Now, I know what you are thinking as my listeners right now. Is this really World War III? Let me put it this way. If it looks like war, sounds like war, and disrupts your life like war, it doesn't need a declaration to be real. So what can you do? Here's a survival checklist. Here's your wartime survival checklist, Wartime 101. You need water, food, medicine always. Make sure that you have enough water, food, and medicine always on hand. Have a family meetup plan, which is very important because cyber attacks can occur and you depend so much on your phone that when the phone is out, you're going to go nuts. You want to make sure that you have a family meetup plan just in case. Okay? You want to have some cash in hand, not just apps, not just Cash App, not just Zelle, not just Venmo. You want to have some cash in your hand. You want to keep your gas tank above half. Very important. If you got to run out real quick and they got a limitation on how much gas you can put in your vehicle because gas rationing is taking practice in 2 other states right now. Let's see if it's going to be implemented. Back in World War II, gas rationing was very popular. Know your neighbors. Know your neighbors. Get along with your neighbors. Limit your fear, but increase your awareness, all right? Increase that awareness, but make sure that you limit your fear. Okay? Like FDR back in his time during presidency, he said, all we have to fear is fear itself. All right? And while you're prepping, go ahead and press that subscribe button. Again, if you haven't already, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you this much. We've got more truth coming than a government press conference won't admit. Now, this is a people's broadcast, not funded by big banks, billionaires, or boring suits who read from teleprompters. So please like this video. Share it if you will. And let others know the war may be global, but your mind doesn't have to be confused. This has been Wartime World Rap with Baby Victor co-hosting from the snack table and me on the mic, breaking it down like a ration biscuit in hot water, from Poland to Palestine, from Taiwan to Texas. You now know what's really going on. Please stay smart, stay kind, stay a little bit sarcastic. And for the love of sanity, subscribe to this channel so you don't have to rely on 5-second sound bites to understand a 5-alarm world. This is Pavio G signing off with a salute, a smirk, and a whole lot of truth. Until next time, keep your radio loud, your pantry full, and your spirit unbreakable. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Over and out. And hello, yes, Dan O'Mac. Welcome to the program. I appreciate you being here and thank you for staying subscribed. Blessings to everybody's family here in the program. And I wish everyone the best in these hard times.